Okay, welcome back to Beer Reviews with Dungus, the show where I, Greg, review beers. We have a special episode. We're in Rock Hill, South Carolina, at my Alma Mater, Winthrop University. I'm visiting my fraternity brother, Drew Venn.
Hello, that's me.
Special guest episode. And we're here with Catawba Brewing Company Farmer Ted's Cream Ale. As always, Drew, do you know this one?
What's this one?
What do we start with?
The pour.
Clean glass.
Clean glass.
Always start with a clean glass.
Yes.
Looks like we got a little bit ahead there.
Yes. I heard that's called Barm.
Really?
Yeah, I did, yeah. I think it was on like one of those mental floss YouTube videos or something like that.
Barm with
Barm.
an M as in Mancy?
I don't know how it's spelled. It might be M as in Mancy though, if there was an M.
It's called Barm. I didn't know that.
The cream ale, I feel like if I thought of cream ale,
This is what it looks like. It looks like a bit like a scummy Pilsner. And I mean that in a good way though.
Of course. It kind of smells somewhere between like a college beer. You know?
It does, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
like PBR or Busch Light or something like that. But
Yeah. It's like a recently graduated college beer.
yes.
If you let it linger, you do get a little bit of the cream.
I get a little cream soda-ness in there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. It's good. It's very light. What's the percent on this bad boy?
I don't know.
You gonna profile that in the beginning?
Yeah, I'll have that. I'll have that number. So those are the first impressions. We're gonna bring these bad boys down just a little bit and come back with some final thoughts and some final numbers. Cheers.
Cheers.
Welcome back to Beer Reviews with Dungus. We got one last call up here. Let's finish it off. Go with the final scores. Appearance, Drew. What are your thoughts there?
I got a 6.8 on appearance.
Okay.
I thought it was okay, but it was just above average. It didn't really do much for me.
Okay.
I feel like a lot of times I like when you see a lot of like kind of bubbles come up from the bottom when you're looking at a beer, and I didn't get that.
And it looked just like a cream soda, just like we had said. Almost like a caricature of itself, which I didn't think was very impressive at all. So I went 6.4 for predictability.
I had a 6 for smell. It just seemed like a basic light beer, barely above, just a basic college light beer like a Busch Light or a PBR or something like that.
I gave the smell a 4.6. It was a faint cream with just above a cheap beer smell.
I like the flavor. I gave it an 8.3 on a full.
Damn.
I did.
Okay.
I know. Wow, that's really good to be able to have such a light beer.
True.
With a high alcohol percentage relative to, I guess, what you consider most other light beers.
So for flavor, I gave it a 6.2. There's something about it that made me think it was immature. But yeah, I thought it was really drinkable.
All right, gotcha.
So, and then this is the wild card setting, or the wild card round, where we're talking about whatever categories we want to go with. Drew.
My first wild card category is which Game of Thrones character would drink this beer.
And
I had to go with Renly Baratheon. I think that he would really enjoy this beer. I think they would drink this beer while they were marching from Highgarden. But yes, I think Renly Baratheon would drink this beer in Game of Thrones. I think he really enjoyed it.
okay, so watch out, Henley, so you don't drink the beer. My first wild card category was going with mouthfeel. I give this mouthfeel a Jordan Chaney out of 10. Fuck you, Jordan.
What celebrity would I drink this beer with and where?
Mm-hmm.
I'm going with Zac Efron, or as I like to call him, Zephron. I would drink this with Zephron by a lake in Maine. Zach is just, he's a cool guy. Okay, he feels like I feel like he'd be a great dude to like bring to a club or a bar. he's
You couldn't even say it with a straight face. My second wildcard category is what social setting would this be a fitting beer for? This was like the kind of beer you go to the store and you get it and you're like, yeah, I'm 22 now, so I don't drink cheap stuff, and I want to get something that I can impress my friends with. And you get this, and it's just not quite up to snuff, but all your friends are like, woohoo! I've never heard of this, it must be good. So I give that 5 out of 10.
I'm gonna go with like 7.2. That's what I'm gonna go with overall.
Damn, son.
It's one of those beers that I don't think I would buy on a regular basis.
Yeah.
But when I compare it to other light beers, the 6% thing, that's really doing it for me.
true. The ABV of 6%, that's a big plus. But the price, I took that was a negative for me, especially for what it is. So I gave it overall a 5.8. This has been a very special episode of Beer Reviews with Dungus, the show where I, Greg, review beers with a special guest star, Drew Vent. Check back next time when we review another beer. Cheers.